inflation is eating up all of your buying power. If you haven't noticed, things cost a lot more money nowadays. Even within just the last 5 years, costs have gone up so much, from homes to automobiles. This is really making the average earner struggle now more than ever. But lucky for you, it's 2023 and the internet has produced countless ways to make money online. It's really created a new era of entrepreneurship. So I put together a list of the best side hustles you can start today with very little to no money up front. They're all mostly available to do from your laptop in your free time, and they don't have any age requirements. Now, to be fair, all of these side hustles that I'm listing are active income rather than passive income, because passive income streams usually require a lot of money up front. So active income streams, meaning you work in the business, are a great way to generate quick cash up front. Then you can either reinvest back into your side hustle, or you can invest in other businesses and more passive income. All right, enough about that. Let's get right into the list of the 13 side hustles I think you should start in 2023. The first one on the list is drop servicing. It's similar to drop shipping, but in a service-based industry. A great example for this one is going on Google, finding some local stores that are nearby that maybe don't have a website up or need help revamping their website, or doing some advertising for them, making flyers, marketing, whatever it really may be. Now you're gonna contact this business and you're gonna reach out to them and say, hey, we can update your website, we can do X, Y, and Z for you. And once you sign a deal with someone, it can be any amount of money, right? It can be like $5,000, it can be $2,000, $10,000, depending on what they're willing to pay. Now you sign the contract, you're gonna take this money, you say, hey, we need to build you a website. You send us all of your videos and images that you want on the website. You take those and you find a freelancer on Fiverr or Upwork and pay them to actually make the website for you. You'll probably pay them anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 if you want a really high quality website, which I recommend to get returning customers, and word of mouth would spread that way. And let's just say you charge them $5,000 for the website and you hired someone else to do it for $2,000. Now you get to keep the $3,000 in between. That's what drop servicing is. So you're basically selling a service and then having someone else fulfill it for you back to the original customer. Your sole job there is to present yourself nicely. You actually want to reach out to these potential clients of yours. So you're really mainly out there lead hunting, but you also have to have a team behind you of freelancers that can do the work for you. I think this is great to get into. There's a very low barrier to entry. You don't really need any money at all. I'm gonna rate this one 8 out of 10. The next side hustle on the list is an SMMA agency. This can mean a lot of things, right? I mean, you can run someone's social media account, you can do email marketing for them, you can do their advertising. It doesn't really matter. But I recommend that you pick a skill that you already have so you don't have to relearn something, and you can actually give them a quality product. So if they ordered advertisements from you and you've done this before and you're good at video editing, all these things, this is probably the best route that you should take, because then you can give them a quality product and hopefully retain them month over month. There's a ton of companies out there looking for agencies like this that you really just have to reach out to on LinkedIn and Upwork and find these clients. I think SMMA/an agency right now in 2023, I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10. I think there's a lot of opportunity here and there's not that many people doing it really well, in my opinion. I think the scalability of the business is very, very high as long as you produce a high quality product. All right, the next side hustle on the list is dropshipping. It's my personal favorite because, I teach that mainly, as well as do it myself to this day. Dropshipping is typically where you would build a website, usually on Shopify. You're gonna put some products on there, run some advertisements, organic or paid, and then once someone comes onto your website and makes a purchase, your supplier or agent fulfills it directly to the customer. So you don't have to warehouse any inventory in the beginning, and you can really just focus on advertising and conversions and optimizing your website. I'm gonna obviously have to give this one a 10 out of 10 because I do this myself. I also think that there's a lot of opportunity in dropshipping if you make a really good branded dropshipping store rather than just like a simple template on Shopify. You really have to put a lot of effort into it, but along with this effort comes a lot of high income skills learned that you can take later on and move into an agency. The next side hustle on the list is YouTube automation. This is where you just basically take a niche of video and post them on YouTube, and you get a team behind you that helps you fulfill all of these videos. So for example, if you're doing like a sleep music channel or whatever, you literally just hire a team to help you make these sleep music videos that are 10, 12, 14 hours long. You post them all over YouTube, you try to get people to click on the video, make clickbaity titles, make really good thumbnails. And at the time for YouTube, if you have 4,000 watch hours, you can then monetize your channel. And so you build up this whole team and you hopefully get a ton of views on this channel. And hopefully they're posting videos every single day. You start racking up the views and then you get the ad revenue from YouTube. I personally know someone that does this that makes $30,000 to $45,000 a month. They're more in the news niche, but there's a ton of different niches out there that you can do this with. YouTube automation, I think it's gonna be a little bit harder, especially in 2023, just because of the algorithm and how things are kind of panning out with YouTube, but I'm still gonna give it about a 7 out of 10. All right, the next side hustle on the list is real estate photography. So all you really need is a good camera and possibly a drone. But if you've got experience in these things, you can reach out to real estate agents, especially now when everyone's trying to sell their house. You might have to go out and do some free work for people to build up your portfolio or your book for real estate photography. But once you nail this, you can actually reach out to real estate agents, and you can also do this for for Airbnb hosts. It's really, really important on Airbnb to have high quality videos and pictures to advertise their property, and they don't know how to do it themselves. So if this is a skill that you have, you reach out to them, you say, I can take all of your photos for you for, $1,000, $2,000, and hopefully you can lock down some clients. And most of the time, these Airbnb hosts would actually have multiple properties, so you could lock down multiple at once. I think it's pretty untapped, and I think it's decently easy to do if you know your way around a camera. And with a lot more people getting into real estate, there's gonna be a lot more people that need videographers and photographers to take their photos. I'm gonna rate this one an 8 out of 10, but you do have to have the skill set beforehand unless you wanna go out and buy a camera and then practice. All right, the next side hustle on the list is a remote closer. With so many people posting on social media and becoming influencers, they usually sell some sort of program or some product. And if it's a high ticket product, then you're gonna need a remote closer to help you, make those sales, right? Because the influencers can't take their time to hop on a call with every single potential client and hopefully close them. That's where a remote closer comes in. You can either work for yourself or work for an agency that has the clients already. You can do this from your home. You just have to have a really good skill set of selling products. But a lot of these packages, especially in the education niche, if you're selling some like real estate course or something like that, can range anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 tickets. And if you get a commission off that, even if it's 10 to 20%, that's a lot of extra income that you can do just from your home all on your laptop. For remote closing, I don't think you need much to start up as long as you have a good personality and salesman skills, but I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. All right, the next side hustle on the list is actually something that I did back in college, and I kind of just named it flipping or offer up flipping. And all you have to do is go on OfferUp and look for items that are kind of undervalued or might need a little bit of maintenance, and then you can resell them like a couch. You could even go as big as getting cars or boats, anything that you're really already interested in and you know the price of, or you know how to fix it up and resell it. So I actually did this a lot in college if you haven't seen any of my other videos, but we did about $90,000 in a year in a couple months. So for the rating on this one, I have some personal experience. I think it's pretty easy, honestly, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10 is because when you're flipping items, you have a constraint. And that constraint is how many of the item that you can actually source to flip, right? There's only so many things that you can find in your local area, which makes it not as scalable as some of the other businesses that I was talking about. All right, so the next side hustle on the list is website development. This can be on Shopify, Wix, WordPress, but mainly if you're on Shopify and you know how to develop decently on Shopify, you can charge a lot of money to, help people out building their website or developing custom apps for them. On the app side, it's obviously gonna require a little bit of coding, but if you're just doing things on Shopify and the templates, working around the website and setting up websites for people, it's pretty easy to learn in my opinion. And people will pay a lot of money if you can design a really nice looking website for like a coffee shop down the street. This is basically the same thing as drop servicing, but you're taking the drop servicing portion out of it and you're doing it yourself. That way you would actually collect all of this money up front and you'd keep it all. I think website development is huge right now. If you've got this skill and you have like an artistic touch on your websites, you can charge a lot of money. For this one, I'm gonna rate it a 9 out of 10. All right, on to the next one. So the next one is SEO. So it's search engine optimization. You can actually take classes on Google SEO from Google directly. You can get your certification on there and it's all free. And what search engine optimization is, it's basically in summary, like a lot of keyword rankings and things like that. So when people type in, coffee on Google, the first couple that come up are the highest rated ones essentially. And there's a lot that goes into it. It's very complex and it's tough to learn. And it also takes a lot of time to rank higher. So you're gonna have to, convey that to your customer essentially, that you're not gonna get their #1 rating in a week. So you usually would have to lock down longer deals. But if you're really good at SEO and you've learned everything about it and how things work and rank, this service is very, very valuable and people charge a ton of money for this. You can look on Upwork right now and people that are SEO experts are charging like $300, $400, $500 an hour. I don't think enough people are talking about this one. I know it's a little bit more confusing to learn, but it's so valuable. I'm gonna rate this one a 10 out of 10 for 2023. All right, the next side hustle on the list is Turo. So Turo is where you purchase a car, or you could potentially lease a car, I guess, and then you rent it out day to day to someone on the Turo app. I have a friend that did this and he had 3 cars at the time and he was netting, I think, anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 profit a month after paying his car bills off. So if you live in a populated area, like in a big city, and people are renting cars and need cars and you live by the airport, it's really easy to do and you can make a good amount of money. So not only are you making the net profit, but you're also paying off the cars, which would become an asset after you pay them off. It's essentially just like a little bit of a bonus. So if you pay off these cars and you have got $25,000 worth into them, then you've got an extra $25,000 that you can sell later on if you want to stop. There's a couple downsides, obviously, with like car insurance, people stealing your car potentially, all this stuff, which can lead to headaches, but it could be worth it if you run a pretty big Turo operation. For Turo, there's some risks involved, so I think I'm gonna rate this one 7 out of 10. All right, the next one on the list is video editing. So this has to do with video editing on YouTube. It could be for a coffee shop down the street. It could be people's social media pages. Doesn't really matter. But as long as you have the skill of video editing, you can offer this service and people charge a lot of money for this. I mean, this video right here is going to be edited by a YouTube editor. Hi, Nick. And it probably doesn't take him that long to edit this video, and he has a bunch of other clients as well, so you can really build up a nice portfolio. This one, you do obviously have to know how to edit videos. If you have to be proficient in the up-to-date trends, depends on what your client wants really. But you can definitely charge a lot of money for this and pick up a lot of clients. For video editing, I think it's gonna be really in demand, and I don't think anything's gonna take it over for the time being really. I mean, they've got like CapCut and things like that, but they don't really do as good of a job as like an actual editor. And with more people posting on social media, they're obviously gonna need more editors, and you can charge more and there's more demand. For video editing, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. All right, the next one on the list is a social media manager. This kind of plays into the agency a little bit, but more specific for social media. So you can post people's TikToks for them. You can schedule out their posts. You can do this for a personal brand. You can also do this for like the coffee shop down the street. And pretty much every business and everyone nowadays is wanting to get online. So there's a lot of demand for it. And there's still a lot of places like restaurants and tire shops or whatever out there, right, that still wants to get on social media and they don't really know how to, or they don't have the time. Now you're gonna offer this as a service and you just post for them, or really do whatever you want. You can make a custom package for them and just charge them monthly for it. And companies are hiring social media managers and they're paying, $70,000 to $80,000 a year. So just divide that by 12 and that's probably your going rate, and you can actually do more clients than just one. So you could pick up a couple different clients and you can make a solid amount of money. Social media manager, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 just because I think it might be a little bit harder to land a client, especially if you don't have a portfolio built up. All right, the next one on the list is affiliate marketing. So this is where you basically recommend a product and you have a affiliate code link where people can click on it. It takes them over to their website, and if they purchase from this link, then you get a cut of the product's price or a commission. There are a lot of ways to do affiliate marketing. You could be an influencer yourself and promote products, or you can run advertisements on like blogs and things like that, so people will click on those links. There's a lot of different ways to do it. It's kind of hard to get into, but once you get it up and running, it's really, really profitable. For affiliate marketing, I think there's a pretty big upside potential, so I'm gonna rate this one a 9 out of 10. All right, that was the last one on the list of the top side hustles for 2023 that I would recommend doing. All of these you can definitely do while you're still working a 9 to 5, as long as you don't take on too many clients, and hopefully if they take off and become successful, then you can actually quit your job and do this full time and really scale up those businesses. As always, thanks for watching guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.